From the news desk at Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, this is news around the world.
In the headlines, President Tinubu seeks Senate confirmation for INEC commissioners, NACOM chairman. Senate passes Electoral Act Amendment Bill. Some House of Representative members stage walkout as protest continues over electronic transmission of results. On the foreign scene, nuclear talk between U.S. and Iran end in Geneva. In business news, oil prices rise as United States President intensify Iran threats. In entertainment news, American rapper Cardi B confirms split from boyfriend Diggs. From the world of sports, Premier League announced Ramadan break during matches. Good evening and many thanks for joining us for news across the world on Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. I am MONIKE BABATUNDE. You can listen to us via our website at www.diamondfm.net or watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 887 FM. You can also download the app on Play Store, Diamond 887 FM. We'll bring you details of the news after this break. Don't go away, please.
We've all heard about home fires taking lives and destroying all that a family owns. These tragedies are reminders for us to double-check for fire safety. Make sure your home has properly installed and working smoke alarms. Practice a fire escape plan. Never leave cooking food unattended for long. Teach children never to hide but leave if there's a fire. Switch off all electrical appliances when not in use. In cases of fire, remember, the most important thing to do is to protect lives first.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
You're welcome back from that short break. Now the news in detail. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has urged the Senate to confirm the nomination of retired Admiral Jamila Abubakar as National Commissioner representing Adamawa State at the Independent National Electoral Commission. Tinubu's request was contained in a letter addressed to the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, and read today at plenary. The President, Tinubu, forwarded for confirmation by the Senate the appointment of Jamila Abubakar Sadiq as Commissioner representing Adamawa State at the Independent National Electoral Commission in compliance with the provisions of Section 154 of Section 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended. Akpabio thereafter referred the request to the Senate Committee on INEC for further legislative action and directed it to report back to plenary in 1 week. Similarly, Tinubu, in a separate letter, urged the Senate to confirm the nomination of Ambassador Ismail Yusuf for appointment as chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria. The Senate today passed the Electoral Act 2022 Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2026. Before the passage, there was a rowdy session as the upper chamber resumed proceedings with a demand for division over Clause 60 raised by Senator Enyinaya Habaribe, ADC, Abia South. The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, stated that he believed the demand had previously been withdrawn, but several opposition senators immediately objected to that claim. Citing Order 52, subsection 6, the Deputy Senate President Barao Jibrin argued that it would be out of order to revisit any provision on which the Senate President had already ruled. However, when the votes were counted, the Senate President announced that 15 senators were not in support of the proviso, while 55 senators voted in support of it. Some members of the House of Representatives have walked out of the House in protest against the move to reverse the passage of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill. The development came after an executive session called by the Speaker Tajuddin Abbas did not resolve the issue as the House was plunging into another rowdy session over the matter. Trouble began after Francis Wave, chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Rules and Business, moved a motion for the House to reverse its decision on the bill, which was passed in December last year. Abbas had put the motion to a voice vote. While the nays were louder than the hays, he ruled that the hays had it, a development which triggered protest. Then the House went into executive session. However, on return from the executive session, aggrieved members walked out of the plenary. The Islamic Missionaries Association of Nigeria, IMAN, has called on the Inspector General of Police to expedite the recruitment of 50,000 police personnel recently approved by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as part of an effort to address rising insecurity across the country. Speaking with journalists in Ilorin today during the commencement of the association's Ramadan lecture series, Iman's vice chairman, Alhaji Ibrahim Abdullahi, opined that drastic implementation of the recruitment would significantly strengthen the nation's security architecture. Abdullahi urged the police high command to not only accelerate the enlisted process, but also ensure the establishment of additional police stations and outposts in rural and hinterland communities to enable new recruits function effectively. While commending the Nigerian Army, Nigerian Air Force, and Nigerian Navy for their ongoing efforts, the group called for increased manpower, enhanced training and retraining, as well as improved access to arms, ammunition, and operational equipment. The Kwara State High Court sitting in Ilorin has remanded Honorable Ilyasu Ibrahim, Shola Muse, and Ashimawo Adegugu in a correctional center pending further proceedings in an alleged defamation case. The remand order was issued by Justice E.B. Mohammed following developments in the ongoing criminal matter before the court. The three defendants are facing charges linked to statement allegedly made during a radio program in which they claim that the Mutawali of Ilorin, Dr. Halimi Abdurazak, was awarded an $80 million contract by his brother, an allegation said to have been false and defamatory. The case has been adjourned to February 25, 2026 for continuation of proceedings. The news across the world is reaching you from Vitamin 88.7 of Family. Laura will go on a break now, and when we return, we'll bring you foreign and sport news. Don't go away, please.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond 887 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
You're welcome back from that short break. You're still listening to news across the world, reaching you from Vitamin 88.7 of Ilorin. Now we move on to the foreign stories. A second round of talks between Iran and the United States aimed at resolving the dispute over Tehran's nuclear program have ended in the Swiss city of Geneva. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araki said the two countries had reached an understanding on the main guiding principles, but work still needs to be done. The United States has not yet commented. The indirect discussion followed repeated military threats by Washington against Iran over the country's deadly crackdown on anti-government protests as well as its nuclear activities. Speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One ahead of the latest talks, U.S. President Donald Trump said he believed Iran wanted to make a deal. Still on the foreign scene, Russian and Ukrainian delegations are meeting in Geneva for the latest round of United States brokered talks a week before the fourth anniversary of Moscow's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Expectations for a breakthrough remain low as Moscow has not wavered from its maximalist demand for Ukrainian territory. The Russia's strike on Ukraine are continuing on a nightly basis, further damaging the country's already battered power grid as sub-zero temperatures continue. Hours before the delegations met in Switzerland, Moscow carried out a large combined aerial attack on Ukraine, hitting 12 regions with 400 drones and almost 30 missiles. At least 3 people were killed. That into foreign news, and up next is
Diamond FM Business News.
In our business update today, oil prices rose today after United States President Donald Trump's round-up threats towards a large crude producer, Iran, as the two countries met in Geneva for talks over the Islamic Republic's nuclear program. West Texas Intermediate jumped to 1.5% per barrel, while international benchmark Brent North Sea crude edged higher. The U.S. president has repeatedly threatened to intervene militarily against Iran, first over the Islamic Republic's deadly crackdown on protesters last month, and then more recently over its nuclear program. Iran on Tuesday said that the lifting of U.S. sanctions was an integral part of any nuclear deal with the United States. That ends our business news. Up next is
Diamond FM Entertainment News.
American rapper Cardi B has confirmed separation from her new lover and footballer Stefan Diggs. Cardi B confirmed their split while responding to a post by her rival rapper BIA about Stefan Diggs. Responding to BIA during a performance in Los Angeles, Cardi B, who is currently on a Little Miss Drama tour, confirmed split from Diggs and also warned that she won't tolerate any public disrespect towards him. It was reported that the singer broke up with Diggs after he allegedly cheated on her. It's cool to recall that Cardi B made a separation with the footballer public just 3 months after welcoming her child together amid divorce case with her ex-husband. That into entertainment news. Up next is
Diamond FM Sports News.
From the exciting world of sport today, the Premier League has confirmed that there will be brief match pauses during Ramadan for Muslim prayers to break their fast at sunset. These pauses, taken at a natural stoppage in play, were first introduced across English football in 2021 and have generally been welcomed by players, managers and supporters as a simple, practical show of respect for the holy month. The first break took place in a game between Leicester City and Crystal Palace in April 2021. As a result, players taking part in evening matches during this period will need to break their fast once the sun has set, which will impact their physical performance. Still from exciting world of sports, Crystal Palace have removed midfielder Christian Tuzuche from the UEFA Europa Conference League squad. Uche was dropped from Palace's 24-man squad for the knockout round submitted to UEFA. New signings, Brennan Johnson, Georgian Strand-Larsen and Evan Guessend have however, been added to the list. Uche joined Oliver Slana's side on loan from Spanish club Getafe on loan at the start of the season. The 22-year-old has, however, struggled for regular playing time at the Selhurst Park. The attacking midfielder has scored once in 4 appearances in the Conference League. That's it from the exciting world of sport. With that, we've come to the end of news across the world. But before we go, here's a recap of the major highlight. President Tinubu seeks Senate confirmation for INEC Commissioner Nakon Chairman. Senate passes Electoral Act Amendment Bill. Some House of Representative members stage walkout as protest continues over electronic transmission of results. On the foreign scene, nuclear talks between US and Iran end in Geneva. In business news, oil prices rise as United States President intensify Iran threats. In entertainment news, American rapper Cardi B confirms split from boyfriend Diggs. And from the exciting world of sports, Premier League announces Ramadan breaks during matches. For today in history. Do you know that on this day, 1930, Clyde Tambor, a 24-year-old American with no formal training in astronomy, discovered the dwarf planet Pluto using a 13-inch telescope at the Lowell Observatory in Flagstaff, Arizona, USA? Now you know. For information about happenings around you, kindly contact them at the firm newsroom number on 091-6062-7526. The news across the world was edited by Abiodun Akiwumi, and my name is MONIKE. BABATUNDE. Thank you for listening to your shining supreme station, and please stand by for the news in Yoruba language. Good evening.
Up-to-date news reported across the globe. Be rest assured you're on the right radio dial. Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, your